MTN SME Hub. Link to growth. Link to success. Link to the ultimate resource for business advice and insights.
Welcome to the Big Small Business Show, the show for all our really wonderful entrepreneurs out there. And I tell you, I've been waiting for this interview for a long time. Now, I've got a son, and he's quite a fashionista kind of guy. He likes to be in style. And so he wanted to have his hair cut one Saturday morning. So I said, go to my barber. And he goes, no, he wouldn't do that. He wanted to go to Legends Barber. I said, this was a while ago. I said, who's Legends Barber? He said, you don't know who Legends Barber is. I'm going to Legends Barber because they give the best haircuts. And off he went and waited for about an hour in a queue, because a whole bunch of other young kids also felt the same way, and came back with an incredible haircut and said, this is a Legends haircut. And in studio with us today, I've got Sheldon Tatchell, who is the founder and CEO of Legends Barber. So welcome to the Big Small Business Show.
No, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for having me on the show, Sheldon. And please do send my regards to your son as well, for actually taking your money and spending it at Legends.
So I think I've since then I've purchased one of the wings on your house. So just tell us the story. How does it start? You were a barber?
Yes.
Right.
So just an interesting story. I don't know if you have enough time, but
we've got half an hour.
So at the age of 14 years old, I actually turned to barbering as a way to escape the reality of poverty that was in my community. You see, I grew up in a community called the Eldorado Park, and I saw barbering as an opportunity back then to actually service people, because every time I used to visit the barber, is either this guy is leaving early or he just decides to pick up, or there was just something happening, and I saw it as an opportunity. I do believe that I was quite young into the entrepreneurial space, and I saw this, and I said, I want to learn the skill of cutting hair. And at 14 years old, I used to visit these barbers and stealing with my eye, and sometimes they would chase me away, and I'll just return with a bottle of coring as a bribe for my next lesson. But that was the simplest way for me to learn something I love at the age of 14 years old. So fast forward around 2011, my cousin had an internet cafe in the Eldorado Park. So I then asked him if I could make use of his stoep to make a pop-up barber. So he agreed with the condition that I only come on weekends. And at the time I was working in corporate and always dreamed of actually doing barbering. So I can remember starting out only with a clipper and a chair. Nothing else. And people start coming in numbers on the stoop while waiting to get haircuts. I thought, what makes me so special from the barber that's right across the road from me? And the barber that's right across the road from him? Then I didn't put my investigation skills to the test. I'm saying, you know what, I need to go see what those guys are doing that I'm doing differently. And I went across to those guys, and I saw for them it was much more of a monetary transaction. Cut your hair, done, next customer. Cut your hair, done, next customer. Where people used to come sit on my chair, and I would make reference to every single person that I was cutting at the time. So if I'm cutting Allon today, I would write down Allon and the conversation we have, and I would make. And next time you come sit on my chair, I would make reference to that. And that was my way of actually building the relationship. I always thought that I wasn't the best barber in terms of skills, and still think that I am not today. But the relationship element is what is the foundation of our business. So whilst cutting on the stoop, my cousin also, so a friend of mine could also cut hair. So I shook his hands and I said, you know what, let's become partners in this. Let's do this thing together. So now the landlord of the space start noticing, hey, there's two guys here that's cutting on the stoop that's not allowed to be here. So he chased us away, and we needed to find premises. Down the road, there was a vacant space. It's about a 30 square meter space. So we approached the landlord and asked the landlord if we can lease us this premises. And his words were, says, guys, there's no lease here. If you don't pay, you're out. Just make sure my money is in by the end of the month. Okay, so we then launched on the 3rd of September 2011. And when we launched, customers came out and we saw now this thing is actually creating such a hype around customers wanting to support us. We then got guys from the community to come and assist us. We upskilled them, showing them how to cut hair, which was on our quiet days, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We then took these guys to the schools so they can practice and learn how to cut hair. And so we decided to go to schools, but not only to the schools, also to the old age homes as well. And whilst going to the old age home, back then we never had a name for the barbershop. And something just told me, why not name the barbershop after them? Because they are actually the legends of our community.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where the name Legends comes from. It actually comes from the old people in the community. And so that very same year, Allon, I then got married on the 4th of December. So I'm married. So and when I got married, my friend, he said, no, fine, go away on honeymoon. I got everything under control. Trusted his words, and I went away 6 days honeymoon. And I came back to the shop, and the doors were closed. I'm thinking, okay, maybe the guys went out to the community. Maybe they went to go do some stuff. And I then called him. He never answered. But I called one of the guys that was working at the time, and he explained to me the sad news. He said, you know what, Sheldon, this guy never paid the rent. But to make matters worse, he never paid us because we used to get paid on a daily commission.
Yeah.
So they just upped and left. So now standing in front of those closed doors, thinking, I'm like, what am I thinking that I can actually make a career out of cutting hair? So
Sheldon, we're going to have to take a break now. Because it's a good thing because it creates all sorts of suspense.
Yes.
So stay tuned. After this break, we're going to find out what Sheldon did after that.
MTN SME Hub. Link to business success.